to me. Ooh, oh yeah. What's good? I got you cockeyed right now because I'm charging the phone while I'm live. So I gotta sit like this a little bit. I got y'all up. I got the phone up on the stand. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey. Oh yeah. Now, see if I can get y'all up. Nice. I'm finna put y'all. There you go. Now I got you. Now I got you on the floor. You got ice on your wrist. Got a nice looking watch. You got a nice looking watch. Or you got an injury. Which one is it? You got a nice watch and a nice necklace. Okay. Do, 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 do. Do, do. You say he got eyes on his wrist. He got eyes on his neck. He said it's cold as fuck. Ooh, ooh. What's good, Don? Do, do, do. He think he's from there, and he's not. He got eyes. Ooh, 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 do, 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 do. Ooh, ooh. I'm glad you're giving me all the laughing emojis. Keep them coming. Keep them laughing emojis coming. Come on. Come on, don't stop. Don't stop. I'd rather for you to laugh. Go ahead, laugh. What's up, Cooper? Tell you, tell you, tell you why. What you mean tell you why? Fat man of the world. I'm not finna fart for you. Why don't you get off your nasty ass and fart for yourself? What's good, Annabelle? Tell you why for what? How you do? Good night. Yeah, good night and good after. Good night. What am I supposed to fart for you for, fat man? Like I give a shit that you taking a shit. Why? Oh, why? He thinks that funny. Why? So stupid to tell me, pooping. I don't care about you taking the shit. Ooh, ooh, oh yeah, oh yeah. Ooh, oh yeah, yeah. What's been going on with you, Annabelle? How you been? Don't want to hear what shit, sis. I ain't saying nothing. It don't make sense to me to hear somebody that's for somebody to tell me they pooping. For what? I don't care about a next motherfucker pooping when he. Matter of fact, I just do this. I shorten this mob up. Yeah. There. I ain't gotta worry about it falling on the floor. YouTube wants to ask me to ask this question. I didn't start that. Don't jump down my throat. That motherfucker come in and talk about he pooping and taking a shit. That's all on him. Karate chop him. He the goofball. Want to talking about some goddamn dookie ball. That is not my fault. Okay, I'm about to say, I was like, I know I ain't did shit. I was about to say, I'm thinking about some guy. I was like, damn, ain't this about a bitch? I ain't that shit. Okay. I almost started running on you, Tess. What's good, Gigi? What's happening? What's good, Caitlin? I was looking for you in the first live. I was gonna play. I was getting ready to play your song. I called your name and everything. I already know what you want me. I already know what you want me like. You and them unicorns. You know what? Next unicorn pop up, I am chopping the horn off and make it a regular horse. Now see, now he starts something. He gonna lose his horn. That's the small act of kindness that I've seen was a guy paid for paid for a lady's dinner. Oh wow. Oh wow. I stole your kid? Okay. And the small act of kindness that I did A little boy came up, asked me for some money that he was gonna rap $2, and I gave him some money, and then he didn't even let him. He told me he didn't have to rap. He said he was using unicorn for protection because I stole his candy. Wow, I stole his candy. That's what he said. And look, you got an army of them. Okay, they will not. They will not have a unicorn. They will not have. They will not have the horn on their head. They will no longer be a unicorn. They'll be a regular horse. They will get a shock of a lifetime. Talk about some hoops. Uh huh. Oh wow. We got jokes. Because he keep on bringing up the unicorns. But he's being funny with the unicorns. I didn't steal your candy, sir. I did not steal your candy. The person that stole your candy, you gonna say she didn't do it. But you know she did. That's why she started laughing. I never mentioned the name. I never mentioned the name. You incriminating your. I never mentioned the name. I said she started laughing. It could have been Jesse. I never said you took it. I never said your name. You told her yourself. So I didn't do nothing. I never mentioned the name. The proof is in the video. Hey, we can talk. We talking right now. So let's do this. I didn't do nothing. You have no proof that I had any candy or I took any candy. You have to have proof, sir. You chilling, Jesse? You've been very, very chill lately. Uh-uh. See, she blaming me. She said my name. I never said she did it. I never said she was the one. This is what I've been messing with all day. This is all I've been messing with. It can't be me. I've been messing with my stand. I've been messing with what y'all sitting on right now. And I'm able to charge my phone, have my phone cockeyed while y'all. Yeah, I'm sure. I know I'm sure. Last time I had candy was around before my birthday. Yeah, I know I'm a goofball. Okay. I got my eyes on you too. Do I like Marvin Gaye? Yeah, I like Marvin Gaye. He's a good singer. Got good music. I made a baby off of one of his songs. He's 23 years old. And these glasses is old frame glasses. I seen a pair of glasses that I do want, but they want too much for them. They're Gucci frame glasses. Yeah. He's gotta be he's gotta be closer to my age. He asking about Marvin Gaye. Because most kids ain't gonna ask about Marvin Gaye. They gonna ask me about some Drake, some other something He asked me about none of that. He asked me if I like Marvin Gaye. So most folks that ask about Marvin Gaye is in their 30s and up. Anybody under the age of 30 ain't gonna too much ask about no Marvin Gaye. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sleep in church, oversized Power Ranger face looking. Now, so who you talking about now? 'Cause I know you ain't talking about me looking like a Power Ranger. Yeah, her, her. Ooh, oh yeah. Ooh, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Keep them coming. Them hearts, 100s, and smile emojis. I like that. I like that. I appreciate the lights up on the board. And coming in talking about Power Rangers looking ass. Oh, I didn't look. I'd rather you just went on ahead and put them up if I said something. What's good, black people? What's happening? Black people, I'm gonna ask you this one question. Cause I'm looking at your name. Can you tell that this instrumental? Can you tell me what type of music this instrumental is? That's playing right now. this one broke too. Oh hell no. He got the soul part right, but it also has a little gospel with it too. And it's gospel and soul. This thing is dusty for real. I ain't never known that thing get that dusty like that. Yep. See, this one I'm playing now is soul and blues. You is itching to say that song. Hold on, let me look for that song real quick. Like, hold on, I'll go back to that one. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. There you go. Yeah, wait a minute. Can you hear me through this? Can you hear me through this? Do I sound like I'm really close? Oh, you can't hear me? You can't hear me, Jesse? That was that's because of YouTube. Because most of the stuff has been scheduled. I don't think that we can work this out. Out on the terrace, I don't know the step, but I thought, how could I let you fall by yourself while I'm wasted with some? I can walk back this way and play. Bam. Dude, I've had that headset for a minute. How you doing, Journey? How you doing? Welcome in. Y'all, I'm gonna give this lady, I gotta give this lady a shout out. She good, she is good people. She, she, she is, when I say good people, good vibes, positive vibes. What's good, mama's girl? I wish I could, mama's girl. I wish I could. Her name is Journeys of My Life. Check her channel out. Check her. She is good people. Jess, you ain't gotta worry about her coming in talking crazy. When you go to her live, trust me. Just sit there. She don't do all that crazy stuff like everybody else. She don't tolerate no negativity in her channel. Anybody come in there being disrespectful, she don't play. All right, mama's girl. I'm glad you came by. I got you in here, chilling with us. I put it like this. I'm gonna be on for a little while longer. If you feel the need to stop back in, just to get a song or two in, you good. Mama's girl, you good. You working. You got a job. You good. I see you, mama's girl. You know y'all know y'all welcome to come in. When y'all work, y'all know y'all work. Do what you look. Take care. I always say it like this: check that bag. Make that money. You're a mod here. You good. Make that money. Do what you gotta do. I'm not hating. Congratulations on working. No matter how long you've been at the job, congratulations, you working. I appreciate you coming in. If need be, tell a few of your coworkers. Share me out to a few of your coworkers. I'm doing it while I got you still here. That way, can't nobody mess with you too fast.
Sea sky.
I, I've been playing a lot of instrumentals. And I'm gonna keep it honest. If you like music, and I mean really like music, play some instrumentals.
Sea sky.
Play some instrumentals. No matter what year, do like some R&B, do some old school hip hop, do some old school rap, do all instrumentals. By the time you realize it, you'll have a unique, and I would say a unique music list to listen to when you by yourself or you got somebody that you kick it with, that you spending time with. Your girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, wife, or husband. If you by yourself, hey, it's still good to listen to. Come on, Jesse, let's dance.
Sea sky.
Yeah. Let's dance, Jesse. Let's get it in. They dance. We might as well go ahead and dance with them. Yeah. Hey, black people, can I take you? Can I take you back a little bit, black people? I want to hold on to play another song. Now I'm gonna take you back to the old high school days. Take you back to the high school days. Listening to music like this. Everybody couple up except for a few stragglers off to the side. Everybody slow dancing. You might find one or two guys goofing around, dancing with their hands like this, with their back turned towards you, dancing by themselves, making it look like they got somebody in front of them. A few guys that I used to go to school used to pull that stunt. Yeah, your song was done a long time ago. I was listening to this song and I pictured that, and I was like, let's see if I can take him back real quick. I'm seeing that you're laughing. So yeah, I see that you. I took you back there real quick. And the reason why I asked you that, it was a couple of guys that I went to school with used to goof around and do that. It'd be like this. Their girlfriends would be standing right next to them laughing. And they'd be like this the whole time. But it looks so real because they're touching like this, but then you see the one hand move and wrap around the waist like somebody was really standing in front of him. I was like, I tapped the girl I'm dancing with. I said, look, and she's over. She turned and started busting up laughing. We slow dancing. I was like, shh, shh. She laid over on my chest, just started laughing. She in tears. We just dancing. I just look up. They was like, James, what's wrong? I point this way. He's still like this. And I was all of a sudden, the whole gym, yeah, look, go ahead. They dancing. But when he turned around, his girl is standing next to him. Ain't nobody paying attention to her. Ain't nobody paying her no mind. She don't even care. She's over there, she's in tears. And I mean literally in tears. The teacher walks over talk about y'all need to split up. But when he turned around and see that he's by himself, even the teacher had to turn around doing this. The principal done. When I mean she's rolling. She we hear the the following week on that Monday, we hear to all you good comedians, thank you for the good laugh at the dance. You know what? I was gonna put y'all in detention. Guess what? Y'all don't even get detention today. Thank y'all for the laugh. I was I was like I said, man, you just saved our ass. I know I was going to detention today. I know I was. And he said, I told you, trust me, I got this. I'm in ROTC. We got the military ball coming up. But I also have to do three school concerts. I always end up missing one of three. And I had to so we skip all the necessary stuff to get to the military ball. We do all our formal stuff before we start dancing. I come in, I'll go from corporal to sergeant. So I'm coming in thinking, hey, I'm a sergeant now. I'm a sergeant. Yeah. And the next week I got demoted back to a corporal. I was like, okay, I'll stay the corporal. Ain't no problem with that. I still thought I was the shit as a corporal. We dancing, we gotta be spaced at a foot apart. You have to see a foot gap in between each other. And this is by the Sergeant Dixon, which was one of the sergeants, and Sergeant Mendock, which was the other sergeant. Much respect to the both of them, and they both are good men. I mean, they got my full respect. Them jokers taught a lot. Even though, yeah, I was a knucklehead, they taught a lot. They walk up, we like this. Say, this is us dancing like this. That much space in between us, and we're dancing like this in a fucking box. But once they left, we tightened up, we danced real quick, the DJ do it, and we split back apart. Damn, all proper light, but as soon as they leave, we get down and dirty. Then, then they come in, we back apart again. They come in, you see the sergeant look at the DJ. All of a sudden, they come in, they getting down. We look at each other, look at them, look back at each other. Well, we scratching like, wait a minute. Y'all just told her they up on their wife. We was like, after so long, I was like, they done got buck wild on us. Come back the next day, come back after come back after the dance. We had to do our military inspection. Now, when I say these are the higher ups, the higher ups from the actual ROTC core coming in, I had already met four of them. I met, let's see, three. I met three lieutenants and a colonel. And I'm sitting there. Yeah, they were sitting there. They were jamming, and I'm standing within the class where with my class. The sergeant walks up to me. He starts checking me, and he leans forward. Was like, "Mr. Howard, can I ask you a question?" I was like, "Yes, sir." He leans forward and does this. You know, word through the core, you the man. What's good, Alan? Harmony. And I was like, "Sir, yes, sir. I like to dance. I'm pretty good." And he was like, "Okay, I need to talk to you after this." I was like, "Yes, sir." And Sergeant Dixon walks up. "You need to talk to him? You can put him up to the side right now, sir." And he said, "Attention." So I stood at attention, and I was like, "Sir, permission is to step back." No, I'm talking about ROTC at school. And he was like, "Permission granted." I step back, do my right turn, walk towards the end of the aisle. He does the same thing, walk towards the end of the aisle. Tell me why he was like this. I need your help or something. I was like, "Yes, sir. What do you need me to do?" He said, "I like you already. You willing to work?" I was like, "Sir, depending on what it is, what would you like for me to do?" He said, I got something going on. I need somebody to show these people how to dance." And so I was like, okay, yes, sir. I do the best I can to help. I get to the place after school to see where he's talking about. Most of these people was like 55 and up. He wanted me to show them how to dance like a teenager. I turned around, looked at him. I was like, sir, mission impossible. He's cracking up. I mean, I'm talking. He was like, I read the facial expression when you came in. These are not the people I was talking about. I was like, okay, thank you. You scared me a little bit, sir. Awkward. One lady who was in there told me to my face, and she said just like this: If I was 40, if I was 45 years younger, boy, I would take you out and run you ragged. I was like, I had to literally. Another old lady come up. She said, "Here's my number," and I'm looking at her. That old woman was not bad looking at all. I mean, whoo, I was like, whoo. Even I kind of flushed a little bit. I sat there. I'm thinking about her kids that are older than I am. Her son probably looking at me, probably be looking at me like, coming looking at me like, what the hell is you talking to my mama? That's because I would have thought the same thing. That lady was like, don't get scared. Call that number. She said she telling me don't get scared. My brain is in overload. I'm not expecting this woman 55, 60 years old to come at me like this. I swear I know I had game. I mean, I know I got good game. And that woman had more game than a little bit. That woman, I gave her, I walked up to her, I slipped her my number. I said, matter of fact, why don't you call me tonight? She said, don't tempt me. I said, that ain't a temptation. Give me a call. That woman gave me a call, all right. I drove, I drove my, I drove my car over to her house. And now I'm scared because I'm over here. I know their neighborhood well. And I mean, when I say I know the neighborhood, I know pretty much the whole damn neighborhood. And everybody is very protective of that lady. And when everybody seen me get park my car in front of her house, when she and no shit like this, I step out the car, she point immediately to the driveway. I get back in the car, park my car in her driveway, get out the car. I hear, oh hell no. who is you? She said, shut up. Y'all don't run this over here. I said, you asking me who am I and you don't know me? I was like, bruh, for real? You don't know me? He was like, oh, okay. I ain't gonna say nothing. Turned around and walked off. She was like, what you mean he don't know you? I was like, I know the whole damn neighborhood. And I pointed out every house who stayed in each house. Got all the way down. When I say I got 6 blocks down, I went back this way, started naming houses behind hers. She was like, I said, yeah, I know the whole neighborhood. And I was like, your house was the only house that I did not know. I never came down this far. I got inside the house. Come to find out that old woman is a freak.
Is just a few clicks away. Meet
That old woman
no
wanted
wallets,
to get
no
down.
keys.
She told me to my face she wants to and kept it honest. She said, all I want is booty. I don't care. All I want is booty. I just want to be happy for the night. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, she wants some booty. And she trying to get at my booty. That woman looked at me. She said, don't worry about it. I will take care of everything. I was like, okay. She made dinner. Pretty much. Bought a brand new pair of sweatpants. Bought a brand new pair of shoes. Somebody told her about me to the point to where this woman, brand new pair of shoes, sweatpants, shirt, and a ball cap. And thank you, Jesse. Tell me why we finished everything. We finished. That old woman liked me a lot. I had to go so I could get dressed to grab my stuff so I could go to work. I told her, look, I got to go to work tonight. So I ain't gonna be able to stay here. She said, okay. I went to work. The woman didn't tell me that she put money in them sweatpants. When I go and grab my go to fill my pockets for anything, she leaves me something this thick in my pockets. When I say it's close to almost $800 from yes, that woman kept my pockets full. She didn't care that I had a paycheck. She didn't care that I had a paycheck.
Out here, on every exit.
By her doing that, what kept me around her.
Pull over for some juicy chicken tenders.
What made me leave? What made me leave was when she started being controlling. And I looked at her. I had to really look at her. It went from being, Oh, yeah. Where the fuck is you going? Why you going over there? Blah, blah, blah. And I had to really look at her like, are we in a relationship? She was like, you are my man. Where in the fuck is you going? Home. I have a whole place to go to. I got bills to pay. That woman looked at me, she was like, and what bills you gotta pay? Light, gas. And she sat there, she looked at me. Okay. And I was like, if I want to go home, I have a whole house. I don't want nobody in my shit. And so she grabbed her some clothes. She grabbed some clothes. I went to the house. She jumped in her car and followed me to my house. That woman came into my house. I hadn't been there to clean up nothing except for the kitchen. That woman came in the house, looked around. I said, yeah, my house junky. Sorry. This is another reason why I came home, because I needed to clean up. That woman came in the house, she looked like this. She said, go sit down. I looked at her, she was like, go sit the fuck down. I went and sat my ass down. When I say she cleaned up the house, she cleaned up the whole damn house. Grabbed my clothes. Washed all my shit. Had my shit folded up. Had my shirts hung up. Had my pants hung up. And I'm looking at her. This woman had me. I was like, okay. Tell me why. Tell you why. She started coming over to my house. And I'm sitting there. What made me really leave her? It's one thing if I admit, yeah, we boyfriend and girlfriend. But if I'm not admitting that, there is nothing to control. I'm not making her give me anything. I'm not. All I was to her was a fuck. That was it. That's all I was to her. I was that tally worker for her for that time being. When I looked at her, I was like, look, I can't do this. You're getting too possessive. If I'm supposed to be the boyfriend, I have a whole place of my own. You can't control where I lay my head at. I have bills here just like you got bills at your house. She looks at me. She pulls another knot out. She sets it on the table, taps it, walks off. Walks out the house, walks out my place, jumps in her car, pull off. No, what it was, she wanted somebody that she could control. And I wasn't finna let her control me like that. Because once she put money in my pocket, that was her form of control. With her realizing I got a job. I'm not finna fuck my shit up because of what she wants. And come to find out, the people that I'm working for are her people. It's her family. The boss walks up to me. Yeah. The boss walks up to me, says, do you know this lady? I said, what, she told you to fire me, did she? And he was like, how did, yeah, it was her family. And he was like, how did you know? It's because of the fact that I had called it off with her. And he was like, what you mean you called it off? She was being possessive. I'm not property. When I tried to go back to my house, she wanted to control how I got there. She wanted to control this because she had put money in my pocket. She went and bought me some clothes. I could pay the money back. That's not a problem. I bring back the clothes. That's not a problem. And he was like, I'm not gonna fire you for her. And when I found out, I was the 50th person that she did that to at that company. And when I sat there, started realizing, and once I started putting two and two together, I was like, okay, she's playing this, right? He's like, yeah. Okay. She wants you to fire me, right? He was like, yeah. I was like, how about this? The job you wanted me to do in the back, way in the back. He said, yeah, I'll take it. You tell her you fired me. What? You tell her that I got fired. She's going to gloat that she got me fired. She's not going to realize I'm still working here. He was like, okay. The job that did nobody want in the building, we call it the graveyard job. When I mean, you in a whole room by yourself. No lights, except for from the furnace. The job you're doing is taking the stuff off the conveyor belt, dumping it into the pile, as the pile going into the furnace. The guy that's down there, he's shoveling into the furnace to keep the heat in the building. And so he was like, wait a minute, slow down. I said, hey, you got a slide. He was like, what you mean? Do you have a slide? He was like, yeah. I was like, watch this. I'm going to save your back for a couple of hours. He was like, what you mean? Run that slide to the mouth. He was like, okay. Every back I do like this, I dump onto the slide.
At least Safelite can come to you for free.
I would dump 4 bags. You see all 4, everything I pour go into the furnace. And he's sitting there, and the supervisor's like, what you sitting there for? My back hurts, sir. I was like, sir, I told him, set the slide up. Let me pour from the slide for a little while so I can save his back. And so he's watching the slide, and he said, so what is he really doing? I said, he's watching the slide to keep the slide from moving. So I can keep dumping on the slide to the mouth of the furnace. And everything is going directly into the furnace. We sitting back there, I hear, oh, is he here? Is he here? And then everybody's like, is who here? She said my name. I go like this. I do 5 more bags real quick. And dip off. She come all the way to the back. I'm sitting in the corner looking at her. Yeah. And I'm looking at her from beyond the bags. He's down there. Ain't said a word. He's laughing. I hear him laughing. Me hearing him laugh, I'm trying not to laugh. I'm standing off in the corner. She leaves. I stand there for a few more minutes. She ain't slick. All she did was stood outside the door, come back to see if she could catch me. She sat there for a few more seconds. I didn't move. She finally leaves. The supervisor is standing on the other side of the platform. And set the slide up. Wait a minute, something ain't right. I finally just said, she come in the door. I said, how you doing?
Not today.
Scared the shit out of her. And I was like, you thought you got hired, huh? And she was like, I was like, you fucking with my money. Because you're mad at me because I called it off. I'm sorry. Bye. Let me do my job. Her family come gets her out of my way. And
From SkinCeuticals, new PTI
she sitting there, she mad. We working. Now I'm playing catch up because of her.
Para ayudar a los luchadores a ganar la pelea.
I pour. When I say I'm dumping bags, I'm dumping bags. I dump close to, by the end of the shift, I would say a good 300 bags to 400 bags worth of coal that I put in just into the furnace. That's not including what I had already dumped on top of what was down there. What I had already dumped on the top when I was down there, because it's supposed to be 3 people in the furnace room, but when it's just me, when it's just 2 big guys, they take the third guy out. One dump. It's supposed to be 1 dump, 2 shovel. But since me being a big guy and dude that's down there is a big guy, I told him, look, we gonna do this. We set that slide up. So the charcoal that's already down there, we're saving. We already saving this. I'm dumping bags and throwing them off to the side. And most of the bags you can actually burn because they're charcoal bags. So what I started doing, instead of me opening them, then pouring it, sliding bags down. They was like, where's the bags at? In the furnace. Why are they in the furnace? What's the sense of throwing them away? What you think they're gonna do with them? Burn them? Okay. So we might as well go ahead. And they was like, okay. Then you argue. I'm sitting there. By the time we realized it, the fire is so high in the furnace that we just pretty much, we shooting them down. The bags was like 50, 60, 75 pounds. maybe 80 pounds tops. I'm going like this, and I'm talking when I gave it a good push. Them truckers right in. You can hear them. You can hear the bags hit the back. You can hear the bags hit the back of the furnace as it's catching on fire. We filled that whole thing up in no time flat. I just started, after so long, I let that fire burn out. I like this. I'm doing this. Dude, the big guy that's shoveling, he's up here. He's dumping with me over the side. And they was like, why is it so hot in here? I said, let the fire die down. We dumping over the sides now. The next day, we're doing the same thing. This woman comes in lunchtime. I got my own lunch. And tell me why she comes in, she looks at me, scuffs, turns her back. I went straight to the fridge, grabbed my food, went to the microwave, didn't even care. She made fried chicken, mac and cheese, and broccoli. And she looking at me. Now she made everybody's plate. She was expecting me to jump in line for her to make my plate. When she turned her back, I'm good. I grabbed my stuff, went to the microwave. I made pork chops, mac and cheese, and broccoli. I made ranch flavored pork chops. Tell me why the moms was looking at my pork chops, was wanting a piece of my pork chops more than her food. And I said, y'all better eat that woman's cooking. Eat that woman's cooking. She already mad at me as it is. I don't want her fucking up my job because y'all see my food. Tell me why the manager comes in, is looking at everybody and listening to me. I was like, eat that woman's food. Because y'all gonna have that woman acting a fool with me. And she already doing that now. Tell me why. He said, man, do what that man say, eat that woman, eat her food. He said, man, his food smells better than hers. When they said that, she was like, I was like, look, I'll leave. She gonna start shit. All it was, she wanted somebody that she wanted a boyfriend that she could control. And with me being a younger guy, that's what it was. And I wasn't finna let her control me. Y'all hold on real quick. It's like when I finally when I finally sat her down, I told her, I finally looked at her and was like, look, you can't control me. You looking for somebody to control. Go get you a man that don't give a fuck about himself. Go find that man that don't give a flying rat's ass. And she looked at me. I was like, you keep fucking with me for all the wrong shit. You too old for this shit. Too grown for this shit. I was like, you coming at me and you mad at me because I'm not kissing your damn ass for shit. But if you want me going from this job that goddamn bad, I'll fucking leave. So you can leave me the fuck alone. Tell me why that woman looked at me. She said, I was like, it don't make sense to do this dumb ass shit. And the manager was like, watch how you talk to her. I said, I'm being honest. I was like, if I gotta hide what I say, there ain't no sense in me saying nothing to her. Because she's gonna forever could try to control you because you don't want to stand up to her.
Dog, we need your help.
And I said that.
We lost David.
I'm going in.
He got mad, but he was like, true. And I was like, I said, either you stand up to her or you gonna forever, no disrespect, sir. And I said in his ear, so ain't nobody else heard it. You will be a bitch the rest of your life because you letting her control you. I said, is she your mother? He was like, she's an elder. I said, that's not what I'm asking. Is she your mother? He was like, no, my mom passed. So your mom is the original owner, right? And he was like, yeah. So, what am I trying to tell you? He looked at her and was like, look, you're going to have to sit down somewhere, quit being mad. You can't come at every man and expect him to bow down to. I said, now you see where I'm coming from. And he was like, I'm not finna fire him. And you're not gonna try to fire me because you don't own this place. It's in my family's name. Come to find out, the lady was married into the family. His uncle, which is his mama's brother, they was the last to the own it. Everything went down to him. And when I told him in his ear how she was, that man looked at me. Well, I worked a couple more. I left on my own. She was family by marriage, not by blood. And when she looked at me, she was like, "Yeah, you're a grown man." And I sat there. I said I kept it honest with her. I said the one mistake that I did with you was laying down in the same bed with you. That was my mistake right there. I should have kept my manhood in my pants. And she looked at me. That all I can say was I got I met I met dude in the I met the manager in the store. I met the manager in the store. He walked up to me and he kind of bent over the cart and was like, "Can we talk?"
Just
And I was
when
like,
things
"Yeah,
are
we can
best,
always talk."
So get auto insurance that fits your budget.
And I'm looking at his face. I was like, "What happened?" And he was like, I said, you gonna tell me she passed, right? How? And he was like, huh? How did you know? I said, the look of your face is telling me she passed because you being very secretive right now. And he was like, yeah, she passed. And the thing was, the will she left, she pretty much she passed of natural causes. Natural causes got a hold to her. She left a will, and he the first thing he told me was, this is what he told me. She left a will. The Lord needs to see you as well as me. I said, when we supposed to go? When we supposed to see this Lord? He said, anytime you say when. I said, we can go now. So I can tell the Lord to give you everything. If my name is in anything, it's immediately to go to you. He looked at me. He said, you sure about that? I was like, I'm not family. So why am I being left anything and I'm not family? He said, now that's a good question. So we went. I paid for my little stuff at the grocery store. Went to see the lawyer. Tell you why the lawyer looked at me and was like, you Mr. Howard, right? Yes, sir. I gave him my ID and everything. I'm supposed to tell you, I'm supposed to give you this. An envelope this thick. An envelope. He gave me 3 of them. I'm looking like, and I opened up the first one. I had to look again. Look one more time. Okay. And these 2 more got this in it, right? I opened up the second one. It's less than the one that's in that one. The third one, the third envelope, I open it up. It's a letter saying she was sorry. And she left me a specific amount for an apology. That was the only thing she left me. Everything else. And the letter stated just like this. Everything I'm leaving here, half of it was supposed to be for you. Come to find out,
Just spray.
that woman
with spruce.
had a lot of money. I didn't fuck nothing up for myself, was because I was not finna put myself.
The new V6 powered Nissan Pathfinder.
I was not finna put myself through nothing like that to get any money from her. Because she was going to try to dog walk me. All types of shit. It took me to leave her for her to realize I'm not that dude. You're not finna dog walk me. You're not finna just and expect me not to say nothing. And I sat there, I put the money in my pocket. He looked at me. The guy that I used to work under, looked at me. He said, "I'm rich. I don't know what to do with myself." I said, "You know what to do with yourself. You saying you're rich for a reason. Go have fun. I'm not finna chase you. I'm not finna follow you." She gave me she already gave me money. I felt her passing. I felt like shit. When she gave me the money, I felt like shit. But me having that money, I didn't feel like shit because I needed it. And I didn't. I finally, I had bumped into him a couple months ago. Down here in the city, I bumped into him. I looked at him, nodded. He looked. He kept looking. And I mentioned the name of the company. He looked, was like, wow. I did just like that. And he was like, "Okay, it's good to see you." And I was like, "It's good to see you too, bro." Tell me why that trucker sat there. He stood in one spot and teared up. You know what? I done played all my music. Matter of fact, hold on. Yeah, I played all my music. And because of the fact that I was the only person outside of his family that he felt that was actually family. And and honestly, I knew he was going through some shit by the way he was looking. And I was like, "Hey, bro, what's..." So I walked into the gas station because I had to go use their restroom. I was like, "You good?" He said, "Man, all that damn money, my bills are paid up. The girl I'm with want me to put her name on my banking account." I was like, "Don't do that." I was like, "Put $1,000 in her banking account. Watch that money disappear, and she gonna want you to give her more." He said and I gave him my number. I say, "Call me when that happens." That trucker gave me a call 2 days later. That woman cleared out her banking account, cleared out her stuff, took all the jewelry and half of his and left with that $1,000. And he was like, "You told me. You told me." Yup. And I ain't heard from him since. Two days later, he had called me 2 days later. Said she took all of her shit. Everything that he had bought her. Every dress, shoe, hat, purse, rings, necklace, all types of shit. She took it and left with the $1,000 in there from the banking account. The bitch broke. She's broke. All she wanted was a come up. That was it. No, it's not what it is. When a person, you can tell a person by the way they talk. If they are really, really grimy. And honestly, she was a grimy bitch. Just me hearing by the way she was talking. Oh yeah. The necklaces and the rings, the total of all her necklaces and all of her rings was close to $50,000 to $75,000. That's not including what she took of his. That was just her jewelry. 3 of his rings would have covered mortgage for 4 people. 3 of his rings for 4 families that have a full. When I say for 4 families at $100,000 per house, that's not including the cars, food, and clothes, and jewelry. These 3 rings was every bit of, when I say with all the diamonds and stuff on it that as he's telling me, and I'm guessing, and I mean literally guessing, anywhere between $500,000 to $1.5 million per ring. Per ring. And she only took 3 of them. Them 3 rings could have bought pretty much property. The only time he wear them rings is when he does like dances and stuff like that, extravagant stuff. And he's around a bunch of rich folks. Them 3 rings, like I said, could have paid for 4 families. And she took 3 rings. There weren't all the rings that he had though. The man said he had a total of 65 to 70 rings. Each one anywhere between 100,000 to $1.5 million per ring. That man wasn't hurting on them 3 rings. The woman left him, when I say a large sum of money, the man was set, kids was set, and grandkids was set the rest of their life. He has enough property big enough to start up a whole new state by itself. When I say he has enough acres that he could start a whole city. And all his family stays on that property. When I say you could see multiple houses throughout, when I say his property is a mini, it is pretty much a whole suburb by itself, with everybody on it, pretty much. Brothers, sisters, and some aunties, some uncles, nieces, nephews, his sisters, his wife, family is on the property. And I mean, there's everywhere. That man had, that lady left him some money. Literally left him some multiple millions. And he still works to this day. I say not now. I don't think now, but I know he was working when she left the money to him. All I know is I'd have stayed, but then I'd have been miserable. I'd have been miserable living with a wealthy person just to be dog walked for some money. Oh, that junkie, he don't play. When it comes to a job, he don't play. He blows the money like it ain't shit. He can blow the money. That junkie, he told me some things that he has done and is still not broke. He said, "Man, I stayed in Paris. I stayed in Rome. I stayed here. I stayed there. While my family was on the property. I stayed here for a couple months. I stayed here for a couple months. I stayed here for a couple years. I stayed over here for a couple years." And I'm looking at him, I was like, okay. He said, every place that I stayed at, I have property. I was like, I got people renting my house out right now over in Paris. I got somebody else over in Vancouver renting a house out for me right now. And I know, sis. And I was sitting there like, damn. Okay. Come to find out, all that stuff that he bought was for his family. So if somebody wanted to go to France, they got a house. So somebody wanted to go to Vancouver, got a house. I mean, and it's like if they want to take a trip, no problem. If mom wants to decide to want to go, say, to Morocco or Cancun, Mexico, he has a house pretty much everywhere He said, man, I could take a year right now. I could take 2 years and travel the whole world and still come back like I ain't never left. I was like, you. I'm looking. I was like, so you been doing all this before? I said that. He said the reason why I see you at the store and tear it up because of the fact that's what I had already did. That man spent that man was smart though. He put some money into the stock market and made that money grow the way it did. Was the reason why he had multiple multi-millions. And that's how he kept his multi-millions. Was through the stock market. He stock market on his own. And shoot, I ain't gonna front. When he told me he used the stock market for anything, it man, I don't regret nothing. I don't regret nothing because I look at it like this. Some things was meant for me to have, some things weren't. I wasn't meant for to have all that money at that time. Now that I'm older, oh yeah, bring me all that money. Come on, bring me all that money. I would take it now. But back then, oh hell no. I couldn't. I don't like nobody trying to control my every footstep because it's not meant for my footstep. My footstep is not meant to be controlled by somebody else when they're not walking in my shoes. Well, y'all, I a little bit under 5 minutes left to 2 hours. 5 people in the building, 14 likes. Much respect, much love. Highly appreciate the fact that y'all here. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I will see y'all tomorrow. So adios, muchachos. Sayonara, Captain Deutsch for Daniel. Peace. For sure.